Me personally, I've never been too much of a 2 Chainz fan. I think a lot of his punchlines are just corny, pretty much corny to me. I think he's done a lot of clever marketing, like the Trap House in Atlanta. So I've known 2 Chainz more for clever marketing schemes, and having really good collabs. Like him, 2 Chainz, for me personally as a rapper, I don't think at all he's one of the best. I do think he's still entertaining, and I think he's an interesting artist. I still find enjoyment in some of his songs, not all. Some of his songs and features, they can be entertaining, and I think that even though some of his punchlines and flows are not that amazing to me and it doesn't blow me away, I think he still has an amazing story to tell, and I enjoy hearing stories. Like some of the stories I hear on Rap or Go to the League. So that's the main reason why I'm talking about this. So in Forgiven and Thrust to Society, I enjoy these 2 tracks probably the most, and I really appreciate 2 Chainz for having this, opening up his album like this. He speaks a lot of real stuff, what he's been going through in life, from the fact of losing a friend's son, little Faith, in a shooting that's real. Also, a couple years back, we lost Bankroll Fresh, so he was right there with that as well. So just being there, losing people really close to you, and I watched the interview where he recalls like his last interaction with them, just maybe weeks before he got shot and died, and I think that's really something that happens every day. I think gun violence is a very big thing in our community, and I think that's something that needs to be stopped, and that's real. And something that weighs heavy, you can tell on 2 Chainz on this album, is the fact that when he talks about doing things he's not proud of, and doing anything for money, and like selling drugs to his own mother, things like that. That's deep. In America and poverty, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's tough when I believe him and his mom were selling drugs at the same house. So, at some point I haven't dealt with anything like that, but I can understand the struggle. I understand that you got to make it any means necessary, and thankfully for 2 Chainz and his mom, she's good now, and they were able to look past that point, and it's unfortunate that that's something that he had to deal with in life, and I wish 2 Chainz and his mom the best, and I hope it doesn't continue to affect him too much. I hope he goes out there and gets some help for what he had to endure with just being traumatized, just thinking back, like, I really so cracked to my mother. Like, that's somebody you love. Like, that's deep. That's deep, man. I think going to High Top, another song I enjoyed, High Top Versace, featuring Young Thug. I think this is like, this song right here should definitely be one of the singles. I think what 2 Chainz and Young Thug did on this track, I think it was amazing. I think 2 Chainz rode the beat. I think 2 Chainz did a very good job delivering on this track. It was super lyrical. I almost feel like he was competing with his compadre Young Thug on this one. Not a fan of Young Thug's music as well, but I always enjoy his music on like feature tip, like not a whole project, like If it's if it's a verse or two, Young Thug always delivers, and I think Young Thug probably outshine 2 Chainz on that. I think 2 Chainz did an amazing job on this track as well. You know, typical high fashion stuff, but I think for sure Young Thug bodied that, if you ask me. Whip with the whip, watch me nene. Okay, whip, nene. Watch me whip. Watch me nene. Okay. Whip with Travis Scott. Whip with Travis Scott, I think, very interesting track. Not too much words, I think. Once again, Travis Scott delivers on his part. Nothing really memorable from the track, in my opinion. It was a decent track. It was just something, a bit of a filler, in my opinion. No real content, I would say. Track number 7, NCAA. So, as a student athlete myself, running track and field at LIU of Brooklyn, track game, Blackbird, let's get it. I can really relate to this song 100%. Don't get me wrong, this song is corny as fuck, but it's the message. I think the message of the song is very important, and I think it brings a lot of awareness that we've been talking about for years. A lot of these NCAA football, basketball, let's not even talk about track, but football, basketball, those are the main 2 sports in college right now, and those are the cash cows for these colleges. And other than free schooling, if you're on a full ride scholarship, if you're making it to March Madness and some of these Sugar Bowls and things like that, these colleges are getting millions of dollars for these TV deals. If you're in the Big Ten and stuff like that, you know, we're talking about a lot of money being generated and going into these colleges' funds. And once again, besides the scholarships for your tuition, these athletes are not getting paid. You're going to college full time. You're traveling. School. If you're on a basketball or a football team, school is not. Even though you're getting a full ride, school is not a thing. Like when I was in college, people didn't even go. Like basketball team and stuff, they didn't even really. They showed up to class probably once or twice. They were never there. They weren't really required to take tests or anything like that. So I think it's just hard. Like when I was in college, I was a student athlete. I ran track. I still had to travel. I was showing up to every one of my classes because I wanted to better myself and better my future and learn and get all A's and things like that. And I was working whenever I could with my schedule, and as difficult as that was, you know, I learned a lot. I learned time management. That's very important. I carried over to my adult life and to my career. So I think the NCAA should absolutely pay these athletes, no matter what sport it is. We're dedicating a lot of our time to the sport. Once you play in the college, sport is more of a business. You know, for me, we had practice 6 o'clock in the morning till right before 8 o'clock classes. Then we had to practice again 2-a-days, maybe even 3-a-days if we had weight room, if you count that. So we had weight room, morning practice, or afternoon practice. So it's just a lot of things that we haven't really taken into account, and I think that's pretty much very, very important to consider when we talk about NCAA. Ugh. So this next track, $2 Bill. Where do I start, man? $2 Bill, featuring Lil Wayne and E40. I've always said I'm not from the West Coast. No hate to the Bay, but I am 100% not a fan of E40. Now, with that being said, this hook was trash, 2 Chainz. Like a $2 bill. That was trash. Lil Wayne ate this beat. Shout out to you, Easy, Dwayne Wayne. Dwayne Wayne Carter, bro. You doing your thing. You killing. 2019, man. In 2019, you're doing your thing, man. I like what I'm hearing from Lil Wayne. He's getting up there, and he's still delivering with good music, good verses, and great content. E40, I am 100% not a fan, but I will say I did enjoy his verse. I did enjoy his verse on this track. It made me chuckle. So, and like he said, he's 100% himself. He doesn't sound like a lot of these other rappers. So, I appreciate him for that. I'm not denying he's not a legend or anything like that. So I don't want to see none of that in the comments. E40 is as much of a legend as anybody else. He's been, the fact that he has such a longevity in the game itself, no matter what my opinion is, I can never take that away from him. So that's real. Me personally, I just haven't enjoyed his projects, but I enjoyed this verse. It was dope. I said me didn't like it. I'm not crazy. Life is featuring Chance the Rapper and Kodak Black. Y'all know me, man. I'm not crazy, but life is. And I'm a big Chance the Rapper fan, so you already know I enjoyed this long-awaited Chance verse. I feel like I haven't heard a Chance song in about a year. He dropped like 3 singles in the beginning of last year. That was okay. It was nothing too crazy. And it's been a minute since we heard from him, and I think this was definitely a verse worth the wait. And hopefully we hear more of Chance this year. Kodak Black's verse was straight. I think it was pretty good for the type of rapper he is. I think it was cool. I have nothing bad to say. I think this was a good track for him. I honestly think this album could have been like at least 10 songs. I could probably name 4 songs that I would have probably got rid of. And I do think overall this project has great features, great track selection. I just think one thing I will say, LeBron, I think with the track selection, I think it was too heavy of the sampling. A sample here and there is cool, but every other song there's a sample. It kind of gives me that vibe from last year. Like, y'all playing too much with our nostalgia, man. Stop messing with our 90s nostalgia. You're using that against us so we'll like your record. And I know that's the hit formula nowadays, but you guys are just I feel like artists are using the beat to distract us, that their lyrics really aren't that good, to be honest. And I would say this album was somewhat underwhelming. It was a bit underwhelming, but I still think it was underwhelming, still a solid project, because it had like at least 4 really good tracks where I felt like the content was real dope content. It was meaningful and it was from the heart, and it's something that'll push the culture forward. So I'm gonna give this project a 6 out of 10. Rapper go to the league. Tell me what y'all think. Do y'all feel like LeBron James, A&R, or being a producer on this project made any difference? Y'all let me know. Once again, if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the Dream Squad, CGW Entertainment. I already know if you woke up this morning, you already got the W. Let's get it.